Hello everybody, thanks for joining me for another one of my videos. I've got some fantastic, really fantastic stuff to show you today. We're back on the bootleg vinyl front, and I think I said before, we've got quite a few Bowie boots on their way. Hopefully most of those will arrive next week, but we just had the one turn up so far, which is an old classic Bowie LP which I want to show you. And then we've got a couple of Floyd, really special Floyd things. So without further ado, let me show you the Bowie. Now, most of you will recognise this immediately. A very, very famous bootleg from the 70s, Cornyphone Records. This is the Deluxe black and white reissue that they did in '78. So I think this had had two pressings beforehand, so effectively this is the third pressing. But I was delighted to get this because I had this originally when I was collecting vinyl bootlegs sort of from the late 70s onwards. I think I got my copy of this originally around about 1980, 81, 82 time, and I kept it for years and years and years. And then because it was black vinyl and I was selling up all my black vinyl, it was one of the ones I let go. But it was one that I always kind of regretted letting go, really. It's just it's obviously the farewell show that he did in '73, and this is just a few tracks from that broadcast. But obviously when this came out, it was the first time people had heard them on record. So it's a fantastic recording and fantastic versions of these classic songs from the Ziggy Stardust period. I particularly like the black and white pressing though, because the black and white sleeve version, because it's just such a lovely bootleggy thing. This copy, which I managed to get recently, is absolutely mint, apart from just a little bit of a sticker residue thing there, which I will get rid of eventually. It's just stained into the paper, but there's ways of getting rid of that. But other than that, there's no seam splits, there's no creases. It looks like it was made yesterday, and it's absolutely perfect. And the record itself is again absolutely pristine. There's not a hair mark on it, so both sides are the same. So it's just a perfect example. It's got the blank labels, which was one of the type of labels that they were using in '78 from a Pistols album called Spunk, and yeah, so that's entirely authentic. So it's just a great copy of an original Bowie boot from the 70s, and I'm really delighted to have that. Even though, you know, it's only coloured vinyl really that I'm looking for these days. I've got I've got a few. I've still got my Genesis black and white Takrls and a few other bits and pieces. Certainly the S Takrl stuff. So yeah, I was just so happy to get another copy of that at a reasonable price as well. So as I say, there's lots more Bowie coming through, hopefully by the end of next week. Just have a slurp of my coffee because I'm very thirsty for some reason these days. Now, Pink Floyd, Stafford 77. A kind of average audience recording, if you like, but it was always a special thing for me because it was my local large venue back in the 70s, and it was a show that I should have gone to and I never did, and I'd not even really heard a tape of that show until the good people at Handicap Records brought it out on vinyl. So I've shown you previously the two copies that I got of it, which I'll just dig out. So we had this one, which is a pink sleeve with an insert, stamped front, and it was a splatter, multicoloured splatter pressing, and then there was a blue version with a blue insert, and this was multicolour splash vinyl, so different kind of look on the vinyl. Well, I've now managed to get a hold of a copy of the deluxe sleeve version, and it's a gorgeous thing. It was really over the top to get this at the time, but and also the ones that were being sold at the time with the deluxe sleeve had the same records, the same vinyls as that one. So me and my coloured vinyl fetish, it was not enough to make me warrant me spending money on getting this third version, but I'm glad I've got it now because it's just tremendous. And this is a slightly different version because it's got the splatter vinyl sticker on it there, but they're completely different splatter vinyls to what's on those two. Limited to 120, that's number 71, you get a numbered sticker there, and I'll try and show you the sleeve, but before I do that, you do get a little freebie, which is this postcard with a nice live shot, and obviously you get this OB strip, which is sealed by an handicap sticker. So if I can open this carefully, it's quite something. If I show you the design on the outside, it's all one picture. So I think that's rather superb. As I say, the vinyls on this is different to what was on those other two, and I'll show you them now. This is the first disc. So it's a lovely deep blue with various colours splattered. Very pretty indeed. Handicap labels. That's the first disc. The second disc is kind of a browny red with multicolours. Splattered onto it. So that's a lovely disc in contrast to the first one. And the final one is kind of a grey with multicolours on it. They're really nice heavy pressings. These are a bit reminiscent of the Spectre pressings that we got 10 years or so. So I think you'll agree, they're pretty spectacular records. So for me that warranted getting, even though it's the third copy of the same concert, as you've got this beautiful sleeve and you've got completely different records. So that is a lovely version of a show that I should have gone to when I was 16 years of age but didn't, and it's a delight to have that in my collection. Now you'd think 3 copies of the same show would be enough for anybody, but no, they've actually also done a box set. So again, it's still handicap, and they've put together a box set of the Stafford 77 show, and there's been 50 of these made with black vinyl records, but they've done 30 with multicoloured splatter records. So that's the one I've got. So this has just come through, and it is it's either amazing or it's laughably ridiculous, so you can make your mind up. This is it. It's a plain black hinged box with a glittery pink pig stuck on the front, multicoloured splatter sticker, and then on the back you just get a handicap sticker in the centre. But otherwise this is a completely plain black box. So I haven't had to go to the expense of having a box printed. I'll now try to show you what's inside it. It is a lovely box actually. Lovely feel, quality to it. Little finger hole cut out there. So you get Animals badge, you get a token, that's your box number or the number of your copy, and handicap, turn the right way around, sticker on that side, and then get a t-shirt, which is just basically a pig doing something else on it. Then get a nice big poster. That's the same photograph as per the postcard on the other version. Ticket stub, or ticket rather. And you get this insert with your box number on it. And this is quite interesting, you get a copy of an unofficial tour programme, and it's a nice card cover, and then you've got that information there, more information there, quite an interesting image in the middle. Excuse the fireworks. And then Unfortunately, the last couple of pages I've had the lyrics removed. You then get the most important thing of all, which is a rubber pig. You know you want it. And then you've got the 3 discs. So these are the same splatters style that are on the one I've just shown you, but these are slightly nicer, I would say. Beautiful blue disc with multicolour splatters. Really attractive. 2 of the record sleeves have got Andy Cap stickers on, but not the 3rd one for some reason. Second disc is again very nice. Beautiful stuff. And the last one is nicer still. They're nice heavy discs. So yeah, you could say slightly odd thing to do, but there you go. So there you go. A friend of mine who is a huge bootleg collector, but only on CD these days, had a great laugh when I told him about this, and after going through everything that was in it, his comments were, "But it's a crap recording, Ian." It's not a crap recording, it's just not perfect, but it's Pink Floyd at Stafford Bingley Hall 77. You've got to have it, or you've got to have a version of it. And you could say, well, that's just somebody emptying his sort of bedroom drawers, really, and getting rid of a load of rubbish. And yeah, it's not cost a lot of money to put that together, but I think the records are sufficiently nice to want to have it for that, and to have it in limited numbers with that program and the t-shirt in particular. Those have had to be specially done. And yes, you could say, well, they can just see you coming, and you're gullible as hell to stick with things like that. For me, it's enjoyable to have. That will stay on my shelf as a very limited, rare item, and whether it goes up in value or not is neither here nor there, really. But I do like the records. I like that type of splatter. I like those colours, and yeah. So I was glad to have both of those, and to get them together, I got them at a decent discount as well. So be aware that those are out there. Certainly, the box set is something that's only come to light very recently. So we've got more to show you as soon as the Bowies come through. And there's a couple of other official things on the multicoloured front, which I'll show you shortly, and we'll continue with the A to Z project as soon as I've got time to continue with that. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you again.